All right, let's talk about how to man up. Because I did one of those Madman Watches body cam videos, and it was called Nice Ringtone Bro is the one that, go watch it later. We're live right now. Don't watch it now. Don't click away. How do we get them back? Can I go live in that video while they're watching that and tell them to come back to the live video? This is complicated. I guess we lost them. All right, how to man up. I watched that. I made that video about how to, Madman Watches body cams. I forgot it again already. Nice ringtone, bro. And the cop asked this question. Is like he asked him like, what kind of weapon was it? And he says it's a Glock 19. He goes, what caliber was it? And it's like, what? And it's 9mm, obviously. And I was like, you're a cop. And Glock 19 is probably one of the most common firearms in America. How do you not know that it's a compact 9mm based upon the Glock 17? How do you not know that? Glock 17, also a good weapon. I don't like the plastic handles of Glock. I don't like that. For some reason, I got the old. I like wood in my hand. For some reason. And so here's my how to man up thing. If you're a cop, if you're a man in this world, you need to love and understand weapons. You know what I mean? If you were growing up as a caveman, in caveman era, as a boy, you would be very interested in sticks. You wouldn't know that these sticks were cool because guns weren't invented yet, but you'd still be interested in having a stick or some rocks, good rocks to throw. Or maybe you're like David fighting Goliath and you're like, I'm going to go down the river and pick out really good stones to take out Goliath. You know what I mean? And then become an evil cunt as a king. Anyway, sorry. And I'm not here to comment on the Bible. If you grew up in like Native American times, you would know bows, you know arrows, you would know blades, I don't know if you know this about little boys, but they have the energy to sit there and grind a stone against another stone to make a sharp stick. You know what I'm saying? A spear. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do with the ADD. You know what I'm saying? You put them on a whetstone. Start sharpening metal. Start sharpening stones. Because that's why boys have that energy, is because they have the energy to focus into like weapons, making weapons. And I was that kid. I was walking through the woods. You find a cool stick and it looks like a gun or it looks like a blaster from Star Wars. You take it. That's what I mean. Even fictional weapons. You should know what kind of blaster Han Solo carries. I don't know. What is it? Wait. Ooh, I almost had it. My memory is not that great. You should know about fictional weapons. More importantly, you should know more about real weapons. All right? You should know that a Glock 19 is a 9mm. I haven't had a whole lot of disposable income lately, but frequently I would go down to the gun range and fire a bunch of pistols. Maybe even some, sometimes you rent like a submachine gun, like a H&K MP5. You know what that is, right? An H&K MP5. I'm sure you've seen one. An H&K is Heckler & Koch, See, that's what I mean. You should know and understand weapons as a man in this world. All right, if you were growing up in night days, you'd want to know about armor. You'd want to know about swords. Like, how do I make my sword sharper? This armor's pinching under my arm. How can I get some sort of thing? You know what I mean? You would be interested in that stuff. And men should be interested in these things. And so if you're a cop and you say something stupid like Glock 19, what caliber is that? I feel like you need to find a different career, sir. Because real men, love and understand weapons. And here's the thing. If you're a guy and I say something like this to you, lightsaber. You know what I mean. It's a completely fictional weapon, but you all want one, don't you? EK, you want a lightsaber?
Absolutely.
I don't have one. I feel like I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let you down, man. Build up your hopes like that. Even fictional weapons. You should love and understand and want to have. What was that? Like mass drivers, you know what I mean? Tachyon cannons. The Lassiter, yeah, from Firefly. The original laser pistol. Famous weapons. The Death Star. That's a weapon. Nuclear missiles. You should understand a little bit about them. What's the half-life on cobalt again? You know what You should know weapons. Missiles, jets. For example, you see a jet flying through, that's an F-22 Raptor. You know? It's just like growing up playing with G.I. Joe. When I saw, as a little boy, as I saw the Sky Striker, an amazing toy. I never had it, but an amazing toy. I knew, even as a kid, that was an F-14 Tomcat. Used exclusively by the Navy on aircraft carriers. There was even a movie they made about it called Top Gun. I don't know if you've heard of that movie. And so when I get to G.I. Joes, I'd ask my dad, like, what kind of gun is this, Dad? He's like, oh, that's an M16 with a bayonet attachment. Oh. And this one? That's a 45. My dad's looking at my plastic guns and telling me what they are. And I'm like, how do you know this? And it's like, I was a corpsman in the Navy, attached to the Marines during the Vietnam era. I was like, oh, saw a lot of guns. Anyway, man up, learn guns.